Hi, uh, hi. So I'm recording this video as a game review. This game was played between me and a friend, between a supposed 11Q based on correspondent games and a 19Q. So I'm white in this game, and my opponent has 7 handicaps. Okay, so I won't cover all of the entirety of the game, but mostly the beginnings. I think that is where I think my opponent lost mostly. Yeah. I mean, only the openings, because middle game it gets messy. Let's let's focus on one thing. Okay. So here we are. 1 second. All right. So I this is the first stone that I placed. Uh, Basically, my intention is to get. As you can see, I am little bit on the disadvantage when it comes to corners. So I'm trying to take the sides and pretty, yeah, standard stuff, trying to get a base here. Good move. I think this was too far away because this move doesn't really protect the corner. Anyway, let's move on here. Pretty standard stuff so far. Something out of the Joseki. A Joseki by Joseki, this is where you would play. Okay, but it's okay. We are still in the opening. This is trying to cap my movement, my access here, which is okay. You're trying to build something here. Let's go on. Yeah, I'm trying to get a hold of something in the middle. Why I didn't do this? I mean, I could have done this as well, right? Yeah, yeah, I could have done that. Anyway, yeah. So this is where I think uh my opponent made a mistake in the corner invasion. So when I go here, this this move here, I think this is very passive, right? Because of this move, I was able to live in the corner. If I were you, I would have gone here, like, right? Um, if you're afraid of this cutting point, why? Why are you afraid of that? Like, if I go here, you can go here. I have to stay alive. I have to fix this somehow, right? You don't even have to worry about the stone. You could just immediately do this. After you do this, I think this corner is dead. Yeah, so first mistake that I can see is, is this move. I think this is very passive, and you didn't have to fear this cutting point because you would have been able to capture some stones here anyway. Okay, and still let's go on. Uh, okay, standard stuff. Yeah. Here again, I think instead of a capture, uh, instead of this, I play here, right? Instead of you capturing this one stone here, you could have extended. By doing the extension, you basically cut off my access here. What else could I have done here? Um, as a white, what if I did this? Yeah, so what? You would do this, right? So what? And let's say I did this. Yeah, now what? Now let's say I tried to connect here. Yeah, now what? Where could I have gone? Yeah, so let's say I try to now you have to worry. If I when I do this, you cannot immediately do this. You need to do this, right? Because if I do this, then you could have done this, then there is no way for you to save this. So you need to be cautious of the capture race when it comes to these stones. So I go here, you go here, and then you do this, right? Then I do this. I Yeah, and you could still try to kill. This is Yeah, this is still a point that I need to fix, because if I do this, you do this. Uh, Here, here, here. Yeah, the corner is still dead. So basically, because of one passive move you allow, and this other one, you allowed me to get on your side. And then this. Let's see. Yeah, I think here you could have just done this, right? With this, not only you kill these three stones by capturing the corner, but yeah, so if I did this, so what? And I try to do this, so what? I go here, you go here. Sometime I need to fix this and you come out. And that corner is still dead. Okay. And here. And then I'll only cover the corners because rest you can cover. Mm, Yeah, this is another thing that I think you got wrong. Um, yeah, you capture, I force you. This is another Tesuji that you need to practice. You need to think of. So when you play Hane, so when anyone plays Hane against me, I try to think, what if I uh, go across or cut? What if I do take the chance to cut the opponent, right? So you do this. Basically, this is a Tesuji, I think. Yeah. So I learned this by playing lots of 9 by 9. Here, here. Yeah, this one. This is another this is another passive move, or I would say cost you the corner. So instead of playing here, this is where you should have gone. You need to protect your corners first. So what would have been my next move? Yeah, here, so what, right? You are still connected and you have a huge corner. If we try to estimate now, I am only ahead by 4.5. You can still do some stuff here, reduce me a lot, right? Yeah, so you need to protect the corners first. I think that's all. After that, you basically let me invade and reduce your corner a lot. And I don't think there was any coming back from there. Yeah, let's talk about this. Move here. I go here, here, here. Yeah, I think you don't need to waste any more stones here. What you could have done is played here. I would have been forced to connect and then play here. This way, your stones are connected and mine are disconnected. So try to disconnect me and reduce me. Then let's say I played anywhere, you should have played here. I would have been forced to do this, 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 something like this, right? So here, because by you invested more stones here and you eventually got captured. So I think rest of the stuff looks standard. Yeah, but I would say, yeah, let's go back. Yeah, basically don't be when you try to where is it? Yeah, when you try to play moves like this, try to think of what will happen if you allowed me to cut you, right? Let's say go here. Yeah. If this happens, so what? You would still uh, be able to capture me. So be like confident in your life and death and capture race abilities. And Just play this. Yeah, I don't think I have any other advice. Uh, Obviously, try to like go through the AI suggestions, or maybe get a review done by someone much higher rank than me. That would be helpful. And all the best, and see you in the next game. Have a good day. Bye.